Hi guys, today I want to show you how you can simply add Android Auto and Apple Carplay function for a Toyota Prius 2016 till 2022. Usually you can nearly add this function to any car as you like, but okay, I have only a Toyota Prius, so can show you only how it works for Toyota Prius now. On the right hand side, this is the built-in radio with no Android Auto and no Apple CarPlay function, and it additionally also does not have any DAB radio function, so I also want to add DAB radio. How you can make this? Let's go on. First of all, you need a new radio that supports auto radio and CarPlay, and the easiest way, when you go to eBay and you search for it, you will find different vendors for such a radio. I bought the radio from these guys here. It cost about 162 euros or about $190 US dollars. And there are also other possibilities to put a box between your original radio and the harness of your car, but in this case you cannot simultaneously hear a car radio and use the CarPlay navigation, and so the idea was to simply replace the radio. And secondly, I ordered from Amazon some cheap tools for opening the car interior of our Prius. Now let's move on to the topic that presents a somewhat greater challenge, namely the cabling. We have a total of various connectors here that need to be operated. Firstly, on the left side, there's a connection for a 4G antenna, for a GPS antenna, a connection for the analog radio antenna, a connection for the rear view camera, for Bluetooth and for Wi-Fi, a 6-pin connector for USB, and besides a 4-pin connector also for USB. This here is to be interchanged, or has to be interchanged. Then a connection for the remote control and operation via the steering wheel buttons. Another connection to power the fan if you have an 8-core processor model. And the corresponding controls for the speakers, the speaker outputs, and a connection for the power supply and a fuse for your new display. Now let's start with an example connection. First of all, when you use the 4G antenna with the SIM module here, you can see a connection to the left side. The next connector is for the GPS antenna when you want to use the built-in GPS module. The next one is the radio antenna, and usually you connect this radio antenna via the white OEM antenna connector of your car. The next connection is very important. It's for your back camera, this green plug, and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna. The next two are the USB connectors. First of all, the 6-pin connection. Usually you use it for the DAB electronics and the DAB camera when you use the additional components for DAB plus radio. Here you can see on the right hand side the antenna, and on the left hand side the electronics connected to this USB input. And the second input is the OEM input to use your OEM plug in your car. When you don't want to use this OEM plug in your car, you can also plug in the standard 4-pin USB connector. When you have an 8-core processor, you also have a fan, and you need to connect the fan connection to the next harness. You can see it here. Additionally, when you do not use an 8-core processor, you can also use this simple harness for that. Additionally, there are a white and a red plug. These are the auxiliary plugs, and you have to connect them to the power supply harness. You have to distinguish between the low-end power supply harness. We can see it here. This power supply harness has only 4 connectors to your car, but usually you will have to use the high-end power supply harness, but a lot of more connectors to the car already installed. Also a CAN bus box, and the adaptation or the connector to your new display is the same. And when you use this high-end harness, you also have to connect the 8-pin connector with the CAN bus connection here to your new display in this connector. Here you can see the already connected CAN bus box. Please don't forget to connect the box. If you have a model with a passenger airbag on the right hand side, you have first to deactivate the passenger airbag. For this, use your car key. Then you can insert the opening tool from the side, and with a light turn you can open the side cover of the panel. Disconnect the cable of the airbag switch, pull out the plastic lock, and afterwards hang out the glove box. With an opening tool you can start removing the cover of the radio from the right hand side into the middle. You have to pull the cover firmly into the middle of the passenger seats, and then here we go. These 4 connectors have to be disconnected to remove the cover completely. Not to damage the last clip, press the clip from the back together and pull it out. Now remove the 4 10mm bolts that fixes the original car radio. Now you can pull the original radio out and disconnect it from the original car harness. In my case, the new radio frame didn't fit into the fixation hole, so I had to file it a little bit. After that, the frame fitted perfectly into the car. Now you can establish an electrical connection between the radio harness and the car harness and reinsert the new radio. For our first test, reconnect the 4 connections to the cover, but do not fix the cover permanently to the car, because otherwise you will have to remove it again if something went wrong. So when you're booting up the radio for the first time, it will take some time, and you can see it now in real time how long it will take to make the first boot up. When you're using the high-end harness, you have to go to Settings Factory, enter the password, in my case it was 8888, and go to the car model and select Simple Toyota Camry middle low, and then the canvas is adjusted correctly, so the remote steering wheel buttons can be used and are working properly. As you can see, I can increase the loudness and I can also decrease it, so everything's working fine. And last but not least, you can make a connection via Bluetooth to your new radio. In my case it's called Car 6052. And after establishing the link from my iPhone to Apple Carplay, I can make phone calls, I can use Apple Maps on my new radio, and I can use all the wonderful apps on my iPhone, also on my car. Okay, that's it. And when you also want to use DAB radio, I recommend you to download the app DAB Dream from the Google Play Store. It's a really cool app to hear DAB radio. Okay, thank you for watching and goodbye.